welcome back to Grumpy Old Men. Today is May 12th, 2023. It is episode 13. We're still here. They haven't taken us off of YouTube yet. My name is Eric.
And I am Tim. And as Eric said, we're the Grumpy Old Men. Eric, how was your Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de Mayo was good. I did absolutely nothing but sit on the couch.
Oh, well, that's probably about what did we do? I don't think we did anything. We did have a beer in honor of the holiday and a margarita and a tequila shot, but other than that, wasn't too much of nothing.
Yeah, my daughter was here. We just sat on the couch and watched FBI like we normally do.
But I am happy to say that if we'd have bet the trifecta for the Derby, we'd have won. I had the first
if we would have if we had any combination of our picks as a trifecta, we would have won some big ass money.
Yep.
You had the winner. Well, they were 15-1. We said if we put $100 down, that'd have been $1,500.
I know. I had the winner and the third place. Angel of Empire finished third, and you had two fields. But hey, I know we were picking names and we didn't even do it, and we pulled those up that day. But the reason that I picked Mage to win is because, so when my daughter was born, when she was about 5, we were living in Wyoming, and she really got into horses. So she got into taking care of them, riding them, and etc. And she started competing and everything. Well, we started watching, because growing up, you might see the Derby, you may not, didn't really pay attention to it. So when she really got into it, we started watching them. And believe it or not, a lot of the winners come out of the 8-hole or the 13 or 12, 13, 14. And I just looked to see, Mage ran out of number 8. And then Angel of Empire was out of 13. So that's why I picked them two. And of course, I just took the long shot in Son of Thunder or Son of whatever it was. And then when they were doing, we were watching the prelims to the race. They were talking about, I didn't realize that Churchill Downs has certain barns around the property. So they assign horses barns, and more winners have come out of the barn Mage was in than any other barn. And she was the only horse in that barn. And I'm thinking, oh, heck, I really got a shot now. Wish I'd have called.
You should have thrown some money on it, man.
You should. I wished I would
have. Yeah. I had no. Two Phils was winning till that last stretch.
Yeah.
So Mage just came out of nowhere.
That
was a good race. I watched the replay. It was a great race. Yeah, it's a good race.
Yeah, like they say, the fastest 2 minutes in sports, because if you miss it, you're done. I mean, you ain't gonna see it. So
yeah, hold on, I'm taking a shit. Nope. Oh, I forgot that. So at the Louisville volleyball tournament, they had the Kentucky Derby horn guy there to start the tournament every day.
Oh, I bet that was cool.
The bugler. Yeah, it was really cool. You got to hear him over the loudspeaker. I mean, we were in the back because we suck. So he was all the way in the front by the people who were good. But we went up and saw him one day. It was pretty cool. You got to blow his little Kentucky Derby horn.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. I want to take my daughter there one year. That's just for the heck of it.
Yeah, to the Derby. I mean, we saw Churchill Downs, but I mean, to actually be there for the Derby's got to be an experience all on its own.
And I saw that because, it was the 50th year that Secretariat won the Derby. So they had a, Secretariat anniversary special, the whole 9 yards. And they were selling a jar or a cup that was, attributed to him. It was a tribute to him and a mint julep for $3,500 damn dollars. I'm like, they ain't no damn way in hell. Yeah. I'm not paying $3,500 for a damn drink of liquor unless I just got money to piss away.
No. Have you ever been into that store? I don't even know what it's called, like 5.11 Tactical. Have you ever been in there?
Yeah, 511. It's called 511.
That's what I thought. I just 5.11. Anyway, so where'd the 511 come from? Do you know?
No, I actually look. I need to look that up. Keep going.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I went in there for the first time this weekend with my daughter. We're like, hey, I've always wanted to go in here. I've seen some cool stuff. So we were looking around, found some cool stuff, found a couple of shirts, whatever. But we get to the counter and they have these knives on the display. There's a $4,000 knife in there. It was. I bet the blade was 6 inches or less.
Really?
I was like, have you sold any of these? He's like, no, we haven't. Never. Not once in the history have I ever sold a $4,000 knife. Like, what is it? Good Lord, man. Jeez. Like, is it sharp? That's my only requirement. It's $8 and it's sharp. I'm in.
Oh,
so did you find it?
The origin of the 511 name, I guess Roy Robbins started it. He called those first pants that he produced 5.11 The name comes from a Yosemite decimal system, a method of measuring the difficulty of recreational climbs. So I guess he was a
Okay.
mountain climber, and I guess those climbs got measured in kind of like the Dewey Decimal System. So that's why they said
Well,
these are 5.1, 5.11, or 511s on the system.
what's the name of the scale, the system?
It's the Yosemite Decimal System. It says with the 5 general
Oh,
classes
it's
of climbs, the
stop.
decimal
Stop right here. Stop.
what
Stop right here.
Yosemite,
Please tell me it
Yosemite,
doesn't
whatever.
say Yosemite. You
Well, either one, Yosemite. It says Yosemite. I was seeing if you was paying
I know
attention.
it's Yosemite. I can't even believe you said Yosemite. I'm like trying to spell it here on my computer. I'm like, wait a second, that looks a lot like
That's
Yosemite.
Yosemite
Yosemite scale for Mount Everest.
for
I want to see what that one is.
It says there's 5 general classes of climbs.
5-part system. Everest is a 1, which is the most difficult. I think. It starts at 1, it says. It doesn't say, I don't know. Anyway, well, that's cool. Hey, general
Hey,
information. I got it.
we learn something new every
The
day.
Yo- the Yosemite scale.
Yeah, that's the only
Sorry.
Yosemite. Damn. Yeah. Brain cramp
Remember watching
attitude.
those Looney Tunes growing up with
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite. Hey, so I was watching TV this weekend, and I saw a commercial. Not like actual TV; it's just a streaming service. But anyway,
Okay,
the same
I was going to
commercial.
question that.
No, it's on Peacock. I was watching Chicago something, all of them: Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire. I watch them all at the same time. Anyway, um, so it just kept showing the same damn commercial. Oh, and it just kept pissing me off the more I saw it. I'm like, why would you do this? The commercial was for, you've heard of the company TIAA Craft, right? The financial company.
Yeah.
It's like an investment company like Edward Jones and stuff like that. They have launched a campaign. And this is exactly what the commercial said. We're launching a campaign to help Black Americans who have 50% or don't have enough to retire. It's a campaign to help the retirement for Black Americans
So are
because
they
50%, I think, said 50% of Black Americans don't have enough for retirement. So
so
obvious
where are they
reasons it was
funding it
pissing me
from?
off. What I don't know where they're funding it from, but the point is they were running this campaign, retire inequality. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So I thought to myself, like, how is that like, how is that like racially driven? Like, don't 50% of white Americans not have enough to retire these days
Oh
with
yeah,
COVID and everything else and layoffs and the recession and everything
most
else?
Americans probably don't have enough to retire. I mean, yes, you have you have some that do, but most Americans, whether you're white, black, red, or yellow, don't have enough to retire.
So I did some research.
Here we go.
As it turns out, I'm an asshole, and so are you. It's true, but there's actual good reasons for it, not just like they're spending their money. I'm not even gonna say it. They're not spending their money instead of saving it, right?
I
There is
didn't think
actually
there
a
was I didn't actually think they were. It was like, oh, they're just not saving money. I just think before you say what it is, I think the
Yep, go ahead.
majority black, white, red, or yellow don't make enough. They live beyond their means, and so they're not disciplined enough to save that money. So they're not making enough money. And that's everybody. They're the money they're making. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and that's this what has to run the household till they get paid again. And God forbid you have an accident or can't work.
Partially. Yes, partially. Um, Minorities in particular are a greater risk for instability during retirement. On average, people of color in the US have less saved for retirement than white people. More than half of Black and Latin households have no retirement savings, while only 2/3 of white households lack savings. Racial pay gaps is one of the reasons for lifetime earnings. Black and Latin workers are less likely to work for employers who offer retirement plans or pensions. A government study showed that Black and Latin savers are more likely to invest in safe assets with lower returns, money markets, savings accounts, stuff like that.
Right.
and
So
racial disparities in home ownership and generational wealth also contribute to discrepancies in retirement savings. So like there's no like black gazillionaires or Latin gazillionaires leaving money to their black kids.
well, I can get that too. But most people, most companies nowadays don't offer retirement. I mean, yeah, if you work for the state or the government or, but most
Well,
major corporations have gone to 401ks and they'll match and what you're putting in there up to a certain percentage. But I mean, they don't
yeah,
offer
the average is
retirements.
4.7%. But you're right, a lot of them went through they got rid of pensions and went to, contributions.
Yes.
Um, so it's 4.7 is the US average. Um, but yeah, so it was the Great Recession. It widened racial disparities in retirement savings as it decreased the overall wealth of Black and Latin households, leaving them with fewer resources to fund retirement. Black incomes and unemployment rebounded more slowly than those of white workers after the Great Recession. And they're saying like 2007 to 2009, when the whole market collapsed and everything else.
Right.
Um, the gap between black and white incomes has increased. Black workers earning 14.9% less than white workers in 2019 compared to 10.2% less in 2000.
And
So
okay, I
I,
get some of that. I really do. But some of that stuff, why's it got to be for Black Americans? Why can't it just be for all Americans that ain't
that's
saved up?
still,
That's
I understand. Yes, I get that. Like, why can't we just do an overall
yes,
campaign to help people save more and help them build a retirement?
yes. No
I
matter what you
understand the problem is greater, but where's the Latin part of it? Because it's Latin Americans too,
right.
right? The Hispanics and everybody else. But yeah, why? Okay, now it's starting to piss me off again.
Just, I mean, anyway,
But it's true though. It's
we
true, right?
might
Like,
not need to. We
why does
might
that
not need
have
to
to be
go.
a thing?
You're right. I mean,
You know?
why do we got to make it racial? We all bleed red. Why can't we come together and help each other out instead of, they got to pit us against one another?
Yeah, I bet I could
But
walk down the street, black, white, yellow, green, orange, doesn't matter their color, and ask people just randomly, do you have enough for retirement? I would bet it's 50-50, no matter what color they were.
no, I bet it's more than that. You're gonna get no probably. I bet
Well,
you're gonna get 75 or 80%, no matter who you ask.
depending on the age group, right?
Yes, yes. But if
Younger
you just
people really don't know.
if you went down walking down the street and randomly asked 100 people, do you have enough saved for retirement, or depending so you can include the young people, or do you have are you currently saving and
A plan
projecting yourself
for.
a plan for? I
Mhm.
bet you're going to get 65 to 7% to say no. I don't have enough, or no, I'm not planning.
Depending on where I'm asking, right? If I walk into
Yeah.
a giant corporate office building in downtown St. Louis, I'll probably get more yeses.
Oh, probably so. I'm just talking about down the street. Just walk down the street.
Yeah, just walk down the street, just everyday people walking. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But if it's during the, I mean, it has to be on the weekend. If it's during the day, it's going to be all those corporate guys walking around buying
Smoking those
lunches, and
lunch.
I'm
Exactly.
skewing the numbers. Yeah, but like maybe like, oh, I know, like outside of a Cardinals game, like just
Yes.
when people are coming out of the game.
Yes. Oh, speaking of which, baseball, did you see the TikTok video of the guys at Fenway
Yes.
Park showing the Bud Light stand? That's freaking
Oh
hilarious.
no, no, I didn't know that's where you were going. No, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to explain that because I got a better one.
Oh, so this guy that was showing, have you ever been to Fenway Park? You bet
On my
you
bucket
been to
list, man.
Fenway?
I need to go,
Oh,
even though they're my
well,
arch nemesis.
up underneath, underneath the stands, they got a whole bunch of different beer stands, and they're kind of segregated to like, Bud Light and Anheuser Busch
Hmm.
here, Coors Light
Yeah,
or whatever. There was this guy, and it was just all the way around the stadium. This guy was taking pictures in a video. Coors Light was booked. I mean, there were people in line. There were people in line everywhere. The people at the Bud Light stand were on their phone playing. They weren't selling a damn one of them.
that's crazy to me. Good Lord, it's beer. I mean, if you like Bud Light, drink the Bud Light. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but it's the corporate man.
Yeah, but you know
Anyway,
what? We're still look. They were drinking the Bud Light before that ever happened, right?
true,
Without
true.
knowing if there's any trans employees or trans anything else. They're not asking questions, right? But once they come public, oh, it's gonna be a spokesperson. For now, they'll change it. It'll change. Just ride
Oh,
it out.
it'll
You know?
probably change. So I mean, heck, there's something that, they fired the person that came up with that. She's on a leave of absence.
Yeah, they lost $4.8 billion.
Yeah.
That's what they lost, I think.
Oh well.
So the MLB clip that I saw was well, I was on my phone and it said so and so gets caught stealing second in the most embarrassing way. I'm like, well, I got to watch this. So I watch it, and the guy's stealing second. Catcher throws the ball. The ball comes in and misses the second baseman's glove, hits the dude right in the balls, and it lands in the second baseman's glove, and he tags him out. So not only did he get
Oh
tagged out at
wow.
second, but the throw from the catcher, probably 90 something miles an hour, nailed him right in the balls. I mean,
Hopefully,
direct hit as he was sliding in.
well, hopefully he had a cup on. If he was an
They don't wear
infielder, he
cups
probably had a.
anymore.
If he's a middle infielder, he does. Outfield probably doesn't. But I
Yeah.
guarantee you that shortstop and
No,
second
yeah.
baseman got one on.
Yeah, I will try to if I can find it. If I can find a clip that I can post on here, I'll try to put it up. But it was freaking hilarious. It was. I'm like, because after when they first showed it, I was like, all right, it hit the glove and glove. We tagged him in the nuts. That's fine. But no, ball direct hit from the catcher to his nuts, and the guy's glove was right there. It just went bloop right into his glove, and he tagged him out.
And then you get called out. That sucks. God, that
Yep,
sucks.
yep. You got hit in the ball, then you're out. Bad day at the ballpark, I guess. But Judge is coming back tonight. I'm excited about that. He's been on the injury list with a strained hip. Here we go. Let's see what happens. The Yankees are hitting homers again. They've hit 7 or 11 in the last 7 games. They're back.
What
They're
what
back.
position? Oh yeah. What place they in? Third, fourth?
Last.
Oh, okay. Well, it don't matter till September.
No. It's May. Yeah. Well, that's only because Tampa is on some freaking stupid, crazy streak. They're like 26-7. It's
Oh damn.
ridiculous. We just played them this past weekend, and we won one, then we lost one, and then on Sunday we were up 6-0 and lost 7-6. That was fantastic.
Oh
That was
yeah.
the best. I was punching some shit. But anyway, so what news do you got,
Wait a
man?
minute. Well,
What do
wait a
you got?
minute.
Oh,
Didn't you?
did you see?
Did
Wait, Trump. Something happened to Trump. He was found liable for some
some? I don't know.
sexually harassing, touching some lady today.
Hey, that just came across before we came on. So, or the other, he came across. I haven't researched that yet. I'll talk more. But hey, anytime they're after Trump, it's about they got to keep him out of office. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
what?
I read the article. I mean, the jury deliberated for 3 hours, found him liable. So he has to pay her like $2 million for the sexual harassment, and then 20 grand for the
I got a
something
question.
else,
Where was the
battery.
damn trial held at?
I don't know. I didn't see
Shit.
that part. Come on
You
now.
think he can get a fair trial anywhere? It's a jury of my peers. I don't think he's getting a fair and impartial jury. But anyway.
Let's see. Jury finds Trump sexually abused defamed writer Jean Carroll. Jean Carroll. Where was this? This was in. It just says a federal jury on Tuesday found President Trump liable for sexually abusing and defaming and awarded $5 million in damages to the writer. They did not find, however, that Carroll and her lawyers successfully proved that Trump raped her, just sexually abused her.
Whatever.
Where was this? It doesn't even say. It doesn't say where it was. That's what I'm trying to find out. Normally there's like the thing at the top, like where I don't know where it was.
Hey, didn't you have some news on the mass shootings? Wasn't you supposed to have some
Yeah,
information
my
on that?
research my research came up as empty as Joe Biden's claims that he's sane. So,
Oh, well, yeah, those are empty.
yeah, no, I mean,
Empty as
so
Joe Biden's ice cream truck, right?
it's empty as shit. But yeah, I mean, I did research on the crimes, and like there was no significant pattern at all. It's mostly down, like since 1950. Like the number is minus every year. And every 5 or 6 years it jumps up to bring it, so it can go back down again. But yeah, there was no significant data showing that when we're at war there's less crime or anything else. It's random, unfortunately. Last year
Hmm.
was the highest in the last 15 years, or 2020 was the highest in the last 15 years,
Wow, that's
from what
pretty
I
good.
saw.
Did
So
you see somebody
yeah, no
came out?
news, unfortunately.
Somebody somebody came out and said they showed. I guess some of the dinners and everything that Joe Biden's a part of now, where he's got to sit. The nameplates, they don't put Joe Biden, they put you. So when he sees it, He knows this. He knows it's him. It
Get the
don't
hell
put
out of here.
Jet.
Is that real?
I swear to God, I'm gonna find it. We'll put it up on the screen next time or so. But it's the little nameplate didn't say Joe Biden. It had you. So when he sees it, it registers. Oh, that's me. I sit right there.
No, no, no.
Yes.
I don't know. I refuse
Yes.
to believe that. You're gonna have to prove that. You're gonna have to prove that.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Hey. Anyway.
Ugh.
So
Ah, that's the person running our country. Oh, that's
uh,
great. I'm glad we have checks and balances. That's all I got to say.
shit. They're not working. They're all in it together.
Yep, half of them.
I mean, well, yeah, 3/4 of them. You got a few majority of them. I mean, a few minority of them that aren't, but
Yeah,
most
I
of them are in
guess.
it together.
I guess. So, have you heard anything in the last week or so? Something?
Well, no. So we always talking about conspiracy theories, right? We use that,
Uh-oh.
we use that term around here. So, if I say that, what does that mean to you?
Conspiracy theory. What does it mean to me?
Yeah,
It
if
means
that
that you have a theory about something that is outlandish.
that's outlandish.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
outrageous or just crazy or it sounds nuts or people would think there's no way in hell that could possibly happen. That to me is a conspiracy theory, like the conspiracy theory about aliens, right? I mean, if it's a
Yeah.
conspiracy theory because it sounds outlandish or outrageous, like there's no way there's actually aliens on the planet or that we faked the moon landing. Conspiracy theory, right? Just some outrageous claim to something. I think I'd like to actually look up the actual definition. I'm going
Okay,
to
well, look it up because
while you're.
now. I mean, currently, this is what the media uses as a disinformation tactic. If they don't want you to believe it, if they don't want you to say it's, if they want to control the narrative, they say, "Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Oh, that right wing, white Christian national, whatever the case may be." They use that term pretty freely, but that's how they try to discredit you. Is it's a conspiracy theory, whether it's true or not. It's
Yes,
them
and that's the
controlling
piece
what.
of the puzzle I was missing in the definition was from um, an influential organization is responsible for an event or phenomenon.
Right. So, but if I wanted to control, if I wanted to control everybody, or what, or at least get them moving in the right direction, give up some of our freedoms, or let's, hey, we need to be, again, we need to be out there and having transgender people doing recruitment videos for the military and shit like that. Well, I mean, how do you go about doing all that? What would you do? What
Well, the
is
video starts out like this. Hey guys.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if you look at communist countries, not free countries, but communist countries, and this is what our intelligence agencies use to look at other countries if they are going to try a coup or somebody's trying to overthrow the government or whatever, for a successful coup. You got to have control of the military, and
Right?
it's got to be weaponized. I mean, not necessarily. Well, yeah, it could turn on your people. They could use it on the people or on the masses, but they've got to have control of the military. And what did they do after January 6th? What did our government do after January 6th? You
That
don't
was
know?
before I started watching
Have
the
you?
news. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's before we met and you started watching the news, right? But I mean, they actually had a stand down, and part of that was to root. They started forced retiring and to root out white patriotic Christians. They started purging the military right after the January, the riot, the Capitol issue that they've now disproven was a bunch of bullshit. Not what the media was telling you it was. And what about the What about the COVID mandate? You know any of your military buddies that got kicked out because they didn't take the vaccine?
No.
Oh, see, I know a bunch. They wouldn't take the vaccine, whether it be religious issues or whatever. They weren't woke. They weren't, leaning to wokeism. They were basically white Christian patriotic people that believe for
So
religious
hold
reasons.
on. So you're telling me that they started kicking white Christians out of the military?
They started kicking a lot of white people out. If they kick some black, it ain't just white, but it's also some. I mean, it doesn't matter, black, white, red, or yellow. If you weren't going with their woke agenda, if you refused the vaccine, if you refused to hold, they started force retiring them. You can't.
Well, the vaccine, I mean, that was globally. I mean, not globally, but all across the US with nurses and hospitals and stuff like that. Like they were making those mandates and that's fine, whatever. But I
Yeah,
mean,
but they shouldn't
they're
have been. Yeah, but here that's part of the point. So you got to control this, and that's one of them I'm gonna get to. The vaccine was bullshit. They tell you it helped you, but now they've come out and said no, it really didn't. But if you said you didn't need the vaccine, I was going to depend on natural immunity or whatever the case may be against my religious beliefs. They labeled you a right wing kook conspiracy theorist.
who labeled you that?
The media, CNN,
Oh,
MSNBC, the White House, the
the
drive by what I call
alphabet stations.
the alphabet stations, all the alphabet people. I know you didn't watch a lot of news, but you were
No,
people that were forced to. You either
oh, I
got to
know.
take it. You either got to take it, or you ain't gonna have a job.
Yeah, no, my daughter at the time was, a helper at a hospital. Just the wheelchairs. You get called up to bring the wheelchair people out or whatever. She got vaccinated, but her friend didn't, so they fired her friend because she wouldn't get
Right,
vaccinated at the hospital. Which,
but it
look,
was
the hospitals had the information they had. They had the information that the shot worked, that COVID was a problem, so you needed to have the shot.
yeah, but they had that information. Come on, man, come on. Don't tell me you believe that. And
I
I'm
do.
not
I got
gonna.
vaccinated so I could protect myself from COVID. I got the boosters. I got all of them. Whatever.
I ain't got a narrow one of them.
Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It's a fucking shot. What they got?
No, I understand that, but the problem is forcing me to tell me I've got to take that in order to keep a job when
In
they
the health
just.
community and the military, I could see that. Yes.
I get it if the mandate had been around for forever, but all of a sudden they just, Pfizer and all them decided they were going to put this vaccine together in what, 2 months? Oh, it works. We don't even know the repercussions of it.
I think it was 9.
Okay, well, whatever it was still under a year. Then it, didn't even go through the regular FDA approval through the trial process and everything. They fast tracked the whole damn thing.
Shut that shit in a monkey's ass. But like, hey, monkey had survived. Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly. The monkey's still living.
Monkey's still living.
3 years later, he's deader than a door now.
Hey, he's got
I
2
mean,
heads and 3 tails. Yeah.
but
I, that's why I don't watch the news. Cause I don't care. You say I need to get a shot, fine, put the shot on me. I don't give a shit. Like, so there was even that whole TikTok thing around the shot having some metal shit in it, track or whatever, where if you put like something up to your arm where you had your shot, it would stick. I even did a TikTok against that. Like, look, didn't stick, no metal, just a regular shot. So
yeah, some of that. Now, I agree with some people do go off the deep end. But forcing people to get a shot if they medically didn't believe in it, because really and truly, if you've got a contagious disease and I choose not to dang defend myself against it, that's on me. It ain't on you.
to join the military, you need to have all your shots, period.
I understand that, but I'm talking about just in general.
Ever had an anthrax shot?
That some bitch hurts.
Mm,
That some
both
bitch
of
hurts
them.
bad. Nope, nope.
Or the penicillin. Remember the penicillin shot?
Yeah,
Like a
but
fucking
no,
glob of peanut butter in your ass?
yeah,
Yeah.
But
No,
going
let
back,
me clarify for those of you who are not in the military. They do not put a glob of peanut butter in your ass. It felt like you were sitting on a glob of peanut butter in one of your ass cheeks. Thank you. Move on. Sorry.
is a big lump,
Yeah, just and it hurt
and
so
it's
bad.
squishy.
You could feel it going in. It was like thick. Like, oh, it
Uh,
was so bad. So
yeah,
bad. But yeah, I mean to join, so okay, if you want to be in the military, you have to take these shots, right? All right,
yeah,
we
but
added another one, the COVID shot. You have to take that one. Okay. But they already mandated that you have to have shots. You agreed to get the shots. Now you're in the military saying, okay, if you're mandating
yeah, but
shots, I have to have it.
but yeah, kicking them out because what happened to it's my body, my right to do what I want to do. Why is it good one way and not good the other?
Yeah, no, it's
That's how.
totally fine if you want to put your dick in a guy's ass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what
They
you
don't
do.
allow they don't allow and I never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Because it's not, I don't know if it's true or not. But um I I agree with it. Sorry. I agree with that. If you want to stay in the military, we require a certain set of rules and shots, and this is one of them. You got to take it because we don't want this whole entire battalion going down because one person refused to get the shot and they have COVID. Not, I'm not saying that COVID, that damn shot prevented anything. I got the shot and I got COVID 2 more times. But
Shot
what
didn't
I'm
prevent a
saying
damn
is
thing.
that was the information at the time, right? This shot prevents COVID. Fine, take it. That's why everybody was mandated to get the shot.
Yeah, but that's my point. That was the information at the time, and they're all just going by the flying by the damn seat of their pants by a damn virus that was created in a fucking lab.
Well,
You know,
because they didn't have any other information, right? Okay, so this shot prevented COVID somewhere or stopped something from getting COVID. So here it is, right? It
Yeah.
was a global pandemic. COVID was spreading like crazy. I mean, they were going up by hundreds of thousands of people a day with COVID, and but they didn't know what to do. So as the information came, they were just throwing it at the fucking dartboard, and they were making people abide by it, which is fine. And I was in the grocery industry at the time, and our rules to buy things had certain margins. We could do this, we couldn't do that. But all of a
Right.
sudden, now we're buying anything from anybody because we couldn't get paper towels and hand sanitizer and toilet paper and all this other stuff. But we didn't care. We just filled our warehouses with overpriced shit because
I never understood the pandemic rush on toilet paper. I mean, I can wipe my ass with a leaf or something. I'm gonna get food or some shit before I get
well,
goddamn
because
toilet paper.
you couldn't leave your house.
I mean, I got plenty of trees if I need them.
Yeah, the water, the
Hand
hand
sanitizer.
sanitizer, and the wipes. My gosh, like the Clorox,
Yeah.
the wipes. Man, I bought some way overpriced wipes.
Yeah. Yeah. But
But yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Nope, you
No, I
go.
was gonna say going back to they labeled conspiracy theorists. That's how they use to discredit you now. I mean, and we can go. I got a
I
list
agree
of
on that. I agree on that. If you're a certain organization and you have some theory about something like, it's a conspiracy, you're just trying to push this agenda on us and blah. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Because let's go back. Let's take a look at a few of them. I'll go all the way back to 2010. So
Let's go.
2000,
Oh, 2010.
2010.
Not gonna
Okay,
know what
you.
this is.
I know you're not going to know, but you remember Obamacare? You remember
Oh
when
yeah,
Obamacare?
I was actually selling insurance at the time. I know a ton about Obamacare.
Right. You remember that people coming out saying they because Obamacare was saying, "Oh, you get to keep your doctor, right? If you
Hmm.
like your doctor, you can keep your doctor." Well, in October of 2000, but everybody that was saying that, well, they were going, "No, you're a conspiracy theorist. That's bullshit. That'll never happen. You can keep your doctor." Well, NBC admitted in 2013, well, you were right. You can't keep your doctor.
You can if they were a network.
Oh, right. If they were
Yeah.
in a certain group. But
Hmm.
if they weren't, you can't keep your doctor.
Now,
It's
uh, well, okay. So we found, as just a person selling insurance, right, that with Obamacare, generally the people that needed the Obamacare already had doctors in that network because they were used to getting care from doctors who allowed, the Medicaids and Medicare
Medicaid,
and all
Medicare,
this
and all
other
that.
stuff, right? So, but for somebody like me, if I was an insurance salesperson and I needed my own policy now all of a sudden because I was required to have medical insurance,
Right.
maybe my doctor, who I chose a better doctor because I just wanted a better doctor, might not be in that network, but they were. I never had an issue with it. I have to fill out fucking tax forms every year. Did you have health insurance last year? Yes, I did.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
liked it. I was a fan of it. I 100% backed Obamacare. I did. I loved it.
well, then you got the what when in 2020 when COVID first started happening, you had the mask mandate. Oh, the mask stopped the spread of COVID. Remember all that shit? Everybody got to wear a mask.
I look, and only because you would anytime you traveled before COVID, anytime you traveled, if you saw like an Asian person on a plane, they had a mask on,
Oh no, they do. You are
right?
correct.
So,
But
was it an N95 mask or did it prevent anything? But no, I mean, and it got out of hand. Like people were making like smiley face masks out of like handkerchiefs. Like that's not going to stop fucking COVID. It's going
yeah,
to
but
prevent.
okay.
It's going to help.
My point of the matter is if you said masks do not help, they do not prevent, you got labeled a conspiracy theorist, which is bullshit, which in February of 2023, they just came out and said the mask probably didn't really help that much.
But at the time,
Okay, but why can't you question at the time?
you
Forget what
can,
was going, but
but everybody's like, all right, we need masks. Masks is the only way to stop it right now, or prevent it, not stop it, but to prevent it.
right. But if I said no, I don't think I need a mask. Well, you're a goddamn conspiracy theorist. They work. That's bullshit. If
Well,
I don't want to wear one, I shouldn't have to wear one.
right, but you also should not be allowed an establishment if they said, hey, you can't come in without a
Hey,
mask.
if I didn't say that, if you own a business and say I can't come in without one, then I don't have to frequent your business. But to
You're
be
right.
walking around out in public, I should not be forced to wear a mask because they
Yeah.
didn't prevent.
In the
You know,
beginning, I mean, yeah, no, you're right. I mean, yeah, you should be able to walk into a Walmart and lick the fixtures if you want. That's fine.
I mean, what about all the people that were saying that even Trump? Oh, we got the China virus. The virus was leaked from the Wuhan lab and the whole nine yards. And
That's
I mean,
Trump, though. That's
yeah, but But if you
Whatever.
said that, you got labeled a conspiracy theorist. The Department of Energy just said, yeah, y'all are probably right. It did come from the fucking lab.
Do we ever know where AIDS actually came from?
I don't know where AIDS came from. You know, people
Fucking
play. I got
monkeys.
the fucking monkeys in the bathhouses in San Francisco.
No,
I don't
not
know.
the fucking monkeys. It came from fucking monkeys.
Oh, literally and
Yeah,
figuratively, right?
actually, yep. Oh, this monkey's
Oh,
attractive. Yeah, no, look, man. Look, you're right. And yeah, whether they're disproven later on down the line or not, or proven true, I just think that we are a very reactive society. When something
yeah,
happens, we react with the best knowledge we have. We don't do any research. We just say this works, do it, right?
yeah. Which is okay. If we are, and that's what you're going to do, if I choose not to do that, or you choose not to do that, or fucking anybody out there chooses not to do it, you shouldn't be throwing them down, or, and backing them up and running them down over and telling them they're stupid as hell.
Oh no, you're
That's
right.
their
No, everybody.
choice.
Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. That's their choice. You're right. Because if the masks work and I'm wearing a mask, you not wearing a mask should not do anything to me,
Yeah,
right? You don't
right,
need two masks. There's not, you know what I mean? I don't.
right.
If you don't have a mask on, you're walking down the street and I have a mask on. According to the data, I should have been okay. So why can't you wear? Why can't you not wear a mask? I understand that. That I
Yeah,
get. That's fine.
and you don't think the whole point of this is they're controlling the narrative in the media nowadays. You can't trust what you see on TV because they tell you what they want to tell you to control and push what they want to push. Sorry, it's true.
No,
That's
it
why
is
they're
true.
running.
That's look, and we've talked about this. That's why half of the problems in this world exist. Social media,
Yeah.
news, pushing agendas to create riots and fights and arguments and everything else. And fuck, yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
I mean, hell, you see the daggone Marine that, put the dude at Neely that put the guy in the chokehold on the subway. All you see is that dude in the chokehold, but you don't see anything else. Now they're talking about, hell, they may start riding up there. You saw that, right?
No.
Oh, so there was a. I'm surprised. There was a male. He was a black male on the subway in New York. You don't see all of the video. He was actually accosting females and passing, not just females, but he's punching female. He was acting very erratic and stupid, being a dummy. An ex-marine finally got tired of it. He got up and he put him in a chokehold till the guy passed out because the guy was fighting. But and then they stop it. The guy ended up dying. I'm not sure if they've done the autopsy to know if he was completely due to the chokehold or if there was some other underlying condition. But I mean, I'm sure the guy was on drugs or something because he was acting really stupid. But the guy was just trying to stop him and subdue him. Well, they stopped the video right there, and the media's telling you, oh, here you go, another racial crime, white man killing a black man. Well, they cut the video. You don't see the before of what all he's
Right.
doing, pushing women, and you don't see the after when the Marine lets him go and gets up, and another guy they put him in the recovery position, trying
Hmm.
to get him to recover. Of course, he never fully recovered, but still, he didn't just leave him. Oh, he's done. He was trying to make sure he was okay, or at least doing what he needed to do. He just put a stop to the bullshit. Most
Yeah.
people nowadays won't even get involved. You do what the hell you want to do. But now they're saying, oh, we should riot and burn down fucking New York now.
Yeah. Nobody was rioting when Superman was killing black people
No,
or white
I mean,
people. Didn't matter. But again, it's social media, and you're right. Everybody's controlling the narrative, whether it's the news or social media nowadays. They are so hungry for the story that they will cut videos. They will only tell you part of it just to get everybody up in arms about it. And next thing they know, they can't leave the news station because there's people outside throwing bottles, throwing freaking Molotov cocktails at each other because they created that scenario.
yeah, which to me is
Nuts.
bullshit. It's horse
It
shit.
is. It is. I
And
wish they would kill the news. They would, local news only. Because my local news is talking about how like Joe's grapes aren't growing as fast as they were this year. Like nobody's, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Unless the national news is really pushing it, they will not bring it up. It's all local. It's literally local news. So get rid of the national news. Let's just do local news. Local news can cover just as much as the national news can, and get rid of social media.
oh,
Wait, don't
agreed.
get rid of social media. I
Well,
broke.
yeah, it depends on. Well, but they still shadow ban. Social media does. I mean, they're in bed with them.
Yeah,
Twitter.
the
Oh, come
shadow
on.
banning is self-imposed at times.
Nah, come on. When Elon Musk comes out and tells you that Twitter was, and the government was involved in some of the shadow banding that was going on and not letting certain things. Okay, so at some point, you and I are going to try to monetize this. And I was thinking about this the other day. Correct?
Hmm.
We're going to see how far YouTube will go. You may get, because we talking about considering, because me, not much you, but me is talking about how bad YouTube and the government and everything are trying to control us and shadow ban us. We'll see if they'll monetize us.
They
I
will.
hope I'm
They
okay.
will. I mean, look at all those other people out there that are monetized on YouTube. Joe Rogan. I mean, have you ever watched all of his podcasts? A lot of them are
Yeah,
positive, but they talk about conspiracy theories and all this other stuff, and they badmouth social media and the effects it has on the society. Joe Rogan's still around.
yeah, but they've taken off a few others. Some of them get banned.
But I think it's not the content. It's their intention. It's those people's intention. It is obvious we do not have any intention to do anything stupid. We're just bitching about stuff. So this would
Oh,
get
right.
monetized. I do
Okay. Well,
more. I mean,
I hope
this. I
you're
do
right.
so much study on social media and monetizing
Yeah.
and traffic and shadow banning and everything else. I mean, people are getting shadow banned because they're being dumb, right? TikTok says don't make false claims. They're making false claims. Bye. Right? You have to abide by their rules, and their rules
I,
are their rules, and they update the terms and conditions and everything else, and they let you
I
know
know.
about it. I promise you.
I know. I just got that. Do you know we got one of our TikToks it got taken down?
Oh, really? Which one?
Yeah. So I don't know if you ever saw it. It's been a couple weeks. It's the only one we've ever got taken down.
Did you
It
appeal
was
it?
uh no, because I said what the hell? Because I
No,
mean the
appeal it.
rest of them.
No, because those add up. If you get so many violations, they shut your account down. So appeal it so they can overturn it.
Well, it was just. But I tell you what, it was just one. But
I
it
understand.
it was. So it was when Putin and the Chinese president I can't remember, was it Zing or Zhang, whatever. But when he went to Russia to meet with Putin, and they
Hmm.
were coming out shaking hands for their big meeting, and I put a TikTok together with a video and some music going, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, like that.
Hmm.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Was just typed in there. It didn't have any talking about that. They said this violated the standards of our.
No, that just means somebody reported it. They didn't like your video. They didn't like the video, so they reported it. So yeah, go to that video and appeal it, because if you get a certain amount of those, they just shut the whole count down.
Okay, well
Um,
that's the only one we got. I'll click on it and
All right.
get
Well,
it.
speaking of
Yeah,
TikTok, hey out there, go follow us on TikTok.
yeah.
Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Send us an email. Do something. We're bored as shit. Send us some conspiracy theories. We'd love to talk about those too. But
That's
if you
one.
just,
I want somebody on. I want when's your daughter coming on? I want somebody
she's
on.
done with school week before Memorial Day, so probably after Memorial Day weekend, maybe.
All right, we'll do it
Yeah.
in June sometime.
But yeah, you want to get on the show, you just let us know. We'll send you a link. You can come on here, curse, swear. You can talk about your agenda. We don't care, but you got to be ready for us to fight it. We're not going to
Exactly.
hate you for it. We're still going to respect you. We're still going to like you, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't mean we agree. So, all right. Well,
Yeah, and if you're woke and believe, that's what I really want to hear. Is you believe in the woke agenda? I really want to. I really would
no,
like you to come on. Yes.
I like my
I,
things, and I'm going to punch some shit.
so-
Uh, all right. Well, hey, man, look, 43 minutes. Yeah. So we'll be back next week. Man, I can't wait to see what next week holds. What do we got coming up? Let's see. Nothing going on, right? No big
nah,
events. Nobody gives a shit about the NBA playoffs,
no, I
hockey
don't.
playoffs. You
But
know.
don't, the only thing in golf, you got another major. You got the Masters and the PGA Championships this month. So, if you don't play golf, no big deal. I play golf, so there's
I do play, but I only watch it if Tiger's in it.
Yeah, only there's 4 or 5, 6 big events I'll watch to pay attention to. So that's one of them.
Yeah, nothing going on with baseball. Yeah, no, not much going on, man. But other than that, yeah, I'll find. I'm watching the news, man. I'll bring some
I
shit.
know. I'm
I'll
I'm
bring some shit.
I'm impressed that you actually paying attention. I really am, because you send me those
I
texts sometimes. So I'm really like, oh damn, look at him.
Hey, I'm sitting there working out. The TV's right above my head. I might as well look at it. They always got the news on there. I'm not sitting at home reading the news. F no. No. Mm-mm. I got stuff to do, like kill stink bugs in my spare
Oh
time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, like, subscribe, follow us, send us emails, whatever. But Tim, until next week, my man. Good talking to you as always. We'll
Yep.
see what kind of bullshit we can come up with next week.
Exactly. See you next.